Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Once again, glad to have everybody here for this evening, or really, yeah, this afternoon. But anyways guys, what's up everybody? Let's go ahead and see who we got here for today. We have ourselves, let's see here, TRG can't make it. We have Pilot, we have, let's see here, Minions, we have Jackson, we have Catman, we have Mary, we have Roadster, Jim. Let's see here, we have ourselves Mark, we have Kala, we have Tash, we have Cody. What's up, guys? Happy Thanksgiving. Let's see here. Roby says, Happy Thanksgiving. I have to go replace the thermostat in my truck. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Once again, hope you all are doing good. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the current weather. Then we'll dive into forecasts and stuff like that. So, we have a big rainstorm that is actually starting to, let's see here. We're going to come over here. We're gonna move this scene over here. But yeah, we got ourselves a bit of a rainstorm popping off across Texas and places out there by like Louisiana, Mississippi. This is another round of precipitation we are seeing down here. Once again, much needed for these regions because, you know, it's actually been pretty dry for the most part across a lot of these regions. And of course, across the upper northwest, actually it's a little hard to see because my lighting here. Let's go ahead and move that back. There you go. Now you can see it. A bit of snow actually currently starting to pop off across like Idaho into Wyoming and Nevada even. And as we're going to see here in the models and such, we're going to be seeing a bunch of we're going to see a bunch of snow really start to kick off. And this will actually threaten areas out there by like Oklahoma, northern Texas, the Panhandle, I should say, Kansas, even Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, you know, a lot of portions of the Ohio Valley, Midwest, Central Plains is going to be seeing a bit of winter weather actually coming up here pretty soon. So we'll have to definitely look out there for that. Let's see here. James says, Happy Thanksgiving, Andrew. You too, James. See, Kala says, Happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Andrew. You as well, Kala. Let's see. What's up, Rail fan? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Let's see. I don't know if you saw that, but there's a 40% risk in the Atlantic. I did actually. Let's see here. Let me bring it up. I did look at it. Yeah, 40% chance. Let's see here. Could be a, oh wow, could be a subtropical or a tropical storm by the end of early next week, it says. So overall formation 40%. Interesting. Here, we're going to move you all over here too. So this is from the Hurricane Center here. You can see, well, it's kind of hard to tell, but take my word for it. It's 40% overall. So it does have a good chance, but the thing is that it's mostly going to be away from anywhere along, you know, the North America. It's mostly going to be out there towards, let's see, whatever that island chain is up there. I forgot the name of the island chain. Let's see here. Where is those places called? What is that place called? I forgot. Let's see if I can try to figure that out for you. Out there by like, oh, yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea, but the little island chain out there could potentially have some impacts overall out there. Let's see here. Oh, okay, Roadster. Well, Roadster, it's got it. The Azores. That's right, the Azores. But anyway, so yeah, that's something we need to look out there for. 40% chance development overall, but you know what? Once again, it's not going to cause any problems for anywhere in North America, even the Caribbean. Nowhere out there is going to be impacted, so we're good. Regarding the tropics, activity is pretty much over. We do have a tropical depression though, in the East Pacific. It's actually supposed to be. It's actually supposed to be turning into to a tropical storm, possibly even by later on today. Tropical storm could form here out in the Eastern Pacific, and it's going to be relatively short-lived. Nothing really too crazy on that system. Like I said, short-lived tropical storm. But other than that, the tropics, we got a little bit of activity popping off there, but really not anything that's, concerning, I should say. Not many impacts overall. So that's good news. That's definitely some good news here overall. But anyways, we're going to hop our way back over here. We're going to take a look here back at the current conditions. So, once again, big rainstorm. We'll look at the accumulations here in a minute. And a bunch of snow starting to generate across portions here of the west out there. So, like I said, coming up here soon, we got a lot of snow. There you go. There's a lot of snow in the forecast. So, this is the amounts over the next 48 hours, guys. This is the snowfall totals over the next 48 hours. And we are seeing... Kansas out there, possibly expecting anywhere between 4 to 8 inches of snow in some areas. It could be a pretty good amount. Same thing for western Nebraska overall. Let's see here, Denver, yeah, several inches expected. A lot of those upper elevations could get seriously heavy. But yeah, you can see how over the next 72 hours that snow is going to be working its way throughout the Midwest too, the upper Midwest out there by Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois. You can actually see out there towards western portions of Michigan we were talking about. That's expected to see some snow, but it would be more in the light snow category. The eastern side would be more in the light category, but the western side, we are talking about 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. Potentially a good amount out there by the upper state of Michigan, though, in some areas out there on the eastern stretch. And of course, a little bit of snow out there towards the U.S. Northeast, just right around Syracuse area, potentially up to a couple inches of snow could be possible. But yeah, look at that. So we got a snowstorm coming through in those areas there, y'all. That's where we're going to be starting to see some snowfall. Out there by Kansas City region, maybe 1 to 2 inches of snowfall seems to be a possibility. Northern Missouri, about an inch. Same thing for portions near Chicago. Chicago's probably going to get a little bit of snow too, maybe probably around a trace to a half an inch probably. Seems to be the best bet. But we do have a snowstorm, y'all, that is starting to brew off here, so we need to look out there for it. Now, a lot of those upper elevations are going to experience their snowfall later on this evening into tomorrow morning, as we are going to be looking at here in the models in a second. So yeah, most of the accumulation is going to be across some of those regions there for today. Once again, for those upper elevations out there by Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Idaho, Nevada, those regions out there. Overall, that's probably where we're going to be starting to see some of that accumulations. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop our way over here, y'all. We're going to hop over to the models. Let's go and take a look and see what is popping on the weather models, and we'll go ahead and jump over to that here right now. So here's the American GFS model. So, like I said, got a lot of snow for portions up there along the west, out there by the the Rockies and all of that falling through. I do remember you, Mr. Air. Like I said, all through the Rockies and stuff like that. And then we start to get a pretty decent amount of snow starting to fall here basically for the early 25th across portions of Kansas, southern Nebraska, portions out there towards, the Midwest, places out there, like Kansas City, up there towards northern Missouri. We have Iowa, we have ourselves Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, northwest side potentially. And of course that works its way up there to the northeast with a nor'easter potentially kicking off there, which is pretty interesting on cyclone developing right over the Midwest, just off the east coast of the Midwest, which is pretty interesting. Definitely is really, really interesting out there overall. And then of course after that, basically here for the 28th at this point. So later on later on, next week, we are going to have high pressure across most of the country, leading to some relatively clear conditions for a lot of us, most of us. It's going to be looking relatively fine out there. So overall, my friends, we are looking pretty good. Yeah, nothing too crazy other than that snowstorm, y'all. Like I said, got a bit of a snowmaker coming this way out there towards the upper, like I said, the upper portions of the mountains throughout the Central Plains, the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, Northeast. Over the next couple of days is going to be experiencing some snow, which is definitely really interesting. Let's see here. Callis says, let's see here. But none of my sections of Ohio. Yeah, Callis. So the snowfall, it's still a little unknown of what parts of Ohio will experience it. Let's see. I'll bring you up to the model here. So according to CMC, from what we looked at yesterday, I don't know if you were here during yesterday's live stream, but it looked like that snow line was kind of right in here yesterday, and it seems like that snow line has pushed a bit more to the north in the latest runs here. So overall, it looks like that snow line is a little further to the north, meaning not as much snow for those central and eastern areas. Those places out there are probably not going to be seeing anything overall. But yeah, so that is, that's what we're looking at right now. That's the latest here. I mean, you can see the CMC model supports that with the nor'easter really kicking off there for the 27th, which is really not too far away. Icon model showing the same thing. All the models support that. And you can see, once again, that snow line cutting off there right across, like, northwestern Ohio. Meanwhile, the central side is probably going to be mostly rain. The northwest side probably could get a little bit of snow overall. So, anyways, let's see here. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Legacy. Thanks for joining. Let's see here. Brad, you as well, my friend. Happy Thanksgiving to you. How does snow amounts look for, let's see here, Saturday night and Sunday for 61701? Let's see here, 61701. Okay, you're in Illinois, so you're up there towards the central side. Gotcha. So, let's go ahead and hop our way back over here. We are going to switch over to your location. Let's see, we're going to move on over here. Okay, so you can see my snowfall map. So this is the accumulating snowfall over the next 72 hours. And so you're out there near Bloomington, it looks like. So Bloomington's right here. So according to the expected amount, is going to be right there, right around a half an inch. But honestly, I'd range in between, a dusting to an inch. I mean, really, just a little bit of snow. I mean, you probably will see some snow, for sure. It's a good likelihood you'll probably see your first bit of snow. But yeah, so right now the accumulations are clocking in right around a half inch. Let's see. What's up, Jackson? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Mr. Eric says 80401. Can you tell me how much inches? Let's see, 80401. Okay. 80401. Okay, so you're out there by West Denver. Gotcha. Yeah, you're going to be getting a little bit more. I can tell you that one. So you, my friend, are clocking in right around 4 inches. So we're talking maybe between like 3 to 6 inches, I'd say. Probably is a good amount of snow. So I would shoot for 3 to 6 inches of snowfall. Just to give it a little bit of wiggle room. If it does do a little less, or if it does a little more than expected, which, some of those upper elevations, it can be a little hard to predict snowfall, for sure. Let's see here. Waiting for a feast. My family usually eats around 4, so I got a while. Gotcha. Jackson says 641. Okay, you, my friend, are in Illinois. Okay, you're up there in the northeast side. Gotcha. Okay. So, up there in those regions, when it comes to it, we are talking, I'd say probably up to an inch. Up to an inch of snow. Could be a possibility. You're kind of more on that heavier side of Illinois. That's going to be getting heavy snowfall. I mean, you can see out there towards like the central side, we're talking, maybe up to a half inch. But those northern side areas there, we're talking, maybe up to an inch. Let's see, I got to turn off that alarm. Yeah, but maybe up to an inch overall. Let's see. Thanks, says Brad. You're very welcome. Let's see, your legacy says, I know I'm not getting any snow, but 37129. Let's see here. 37129. Tennessee. I got you. Okay, so there is a rainstorm that is brewing. And you will likely... Okay, yeah, out of that storm system, you probably will get a little bit of rain out of it, actually. Here, let me show you this. Here's the models. This is the icon model, showing a bit of rain over there. Let's see, GFS shows a little bit of rain. It probably wouldn't be anything crazy overall. Yeah, it probably won't be anything too crazy. I mean, maybe just a little bit of rainfall. Honestly, probably not a lot would be expected. Let me see how much you can expect out there. Let's see. I'm going to bring you over to the WPC over the next 72 hours. Sorry, we'll do the next 120 hours, actually. Yeah, you probably will hardly see much rain at all, honestly. Let's see here. Kala wants me to take a look here at 80909. Okay, 80909. This is for Colorado Springs. Gotcha. Okay, so Colorado Springs. Let's see. We're gonna hop down here. So the totals really vary, as you can see. I mean, over a short distance, you see some areas that don't really have much snow, and in some areas that have a good amount. I would personally say between 1 and 3 inches would probably be a good bet regarding snowfall. So I would do 1 to 3 inches is probably the expected amount. See you later, Catman. You too. Let's see. It was very foggy last night, says Legacy. Really? Interesting. See, tornado sirens were going off the other day. Just heavy rain, like 40-mile-per-hour winds, but there was no tornado warning to my area. Interesting. 40-mile-per-hour winds did damage my fence. Well, that's not good. Can I look at Minnesota? Yeah, I can look at Minnesota. So, Minnesota, if you're looking for snowfall, whatever, there is a little bit of snowfall expected over the next 72 hours. So basically the next 2.5 days or so. And we are looking at, some areas up to an inch, being a possibility. Really not a lot of snow expected, honestly, anytime soon up there. But for the northern side, possibly, this is just well north of Minneapolis, by the way. Out there by Fargo, Duluth, and north, essentially. Some areas could be, the extreme northern side could be getting up to about an inch or so. But other than that, yeah, not a whole lot. And, like I said, we're going to start to get some heavy snow out there by, Nebraska and Kansas. If any of you guys live out by Nebraska and Kansas, I mean, you guys are in set for possibly a good amount of snow. I mean, there's some areas here we could be seeing, over a half a foot out in some of those areas. I mean, this is their first snow, and it's going to be a pretty heavy hitter, too. I mean, going from, not seeing any snow so far this year to just seeing a bunch of, I consider this a pretty good snowstorm overall. But yeah, back over to Commando, though. Yeah, whenever it comes to it, really not a lot going on up there towards Minnesota, unfortunately. I don't know if you like that or not, but... let's see. It doesn't take much to hurt defense. Let's see. I got 40 mile per hour and I took damage. Yeah, typically 40 mile an hour winds. I mean, it can cause some damages, but the damage seriously starts whenever you start to reach over 60. That's why the Weather Service, whenever there's a severe thunderstorm warning, they usually have the criteria right there at 60 mile per hour wind gusts overall. Let's see here. James said, "Hey Andrew, can you tell me what it's like for how much snow we're gonna get for 65810?" All right, let's see here. 65810, Springfield, Missouri. Gotcha. I don't think you're gonna get any, unfortunately. I hate to tell you that. Because that snow for Missouri is gonna stick pretty far to the north. Yeah, you're not expecting any snow, unfortunately. I hate to tell you that. I mean, I don't know if you want snow or not, but if you are a snow lover overall, then this is not really good news for you, considering the snow's to the north out there by like Kansas City, maybe up to an inch out there by Kansas City. St. Joseph will probably see the heaviest amount from what is in the forecast right now. But yeah. Did I hear about Arizona tornado? I did not. Let's see here. Mary says goodbye, y'all. Have a great Thanksgiving. You too, Mary. Thanks for joining. Mr. Air says, can I check on 801? Let's see here. 80122? 80122. Okay, yeah, I got you. 80122. Let's see here. Colorado. All right, so you, my friend, are in Denver. Yeah, we've had quite a few people in Denver. Quite a few people in Denver. So, yeah, you're going to be within the range of, I'd say, probably between, it looks like right around 1 to 3 inches, but honestly, I would probably go off of 2 to 4. Yeah, I would probably go off of 2 to 4. Let's see. What's up? Let's see here. Burned? Burned? That is German. I don't speak German, but hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Joanna says, let's see. Happy Thanksgiving all. Andrew, you're doing an awesome job. Thank you. Can you tell me if, let's see, 66075 in southeast Kansas will see any snow over the next 48 to 72 hours? Yeah, I got you. I got you. You said for 66075? 66075. Kansas. Gotcha. So you're on the east central side. All right. So you, my friend, honestly, you're going to be skimming the edge of this. Let's see here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Wow. Look at that. You're like right on the edge. You might see a trace. I mean, you could see nothing. You could see a trace. But honestly, you're not going to see much of anything. Yeah, you're not gonna see much of anything, because you can see over the next 72 hours here, we are seeing you know, a good amount out there by like the western and mostly the central side of the state. So mostly out there by, you know, like central Kansas. That's where the heaviest is going to be at. But yeah, right where you're at, my friend. I mean, you're like right on that snow line. But we'll watch it. I mean, I'll keep an eye on it over the next day or so. We're going to do another live stream tonight, you know, after Thanksgiving, after everybody is, you know, ate and stuff like that. We're going to do another live stream, probably around 8 p.m., I'm thinking, 8 p.m. That way we can, you know, give you guys some more updates on the snowstorm and stuff like that. So, you never know. I mean, if you join back later today at 8 p.m., since you're actually in Central Time, this will be 7 for you. So, overall... yeah, so join back at 7, and we'll give another update. Just let me know, okay? And then I will let you, I'll let you know. But anyways, do I think it's possible I could get over 10 inches? Probably not. No. Yeah, actually, definitely not. Can I look at New England? Yeah, I can look at New England. There's a little bit of snowfall expected up there. Not a whole lot, and it's kind of spotty overall. You know, it's very kind of localized heavy amounts. I mean, most of, you know, like northern New York State could see maybe up to a trace. And of course you have Syracuse, the little spot over Syracuse, mostly South Syracuse, possibly up to 1 to 2 inches of snow. So that's that. Let's see here. Eric says, Happy Thanksgiving. You as well. Just tuning in. How is it looking for Rapid City, South Dakota? 57701. Gotcha. 57701. For Rapid City. Okay, so you, my friend. Oh, wow. You're pretty close. Look at that. Rapid City. You're kind of right on that line. You see that? Here, let me turn off this radar view. There we go. So, yeah, look at that. Rapid City. I mean, you're right there. See how it rapidly accumulates? See how it goes up in accumulation the more southwest you go? Oh, man, you're in a really difficult position to forecast. You are in a very difficult position to forecast. I mean, like, at this point, you could either see nothing, or you could see maybe up to a half inch or an inch or so. But, you know, it's hard to tell. I tell you what, like I said, we're going to do another live stream tonight, so we'll see if the models trend more in your favor or less in your favor. I'll be live again tonight at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So you're in Central Time, so I'll be live 7 for your time. All right, let's see here. Let's see, I love snow, says John. I do too, but I won't be able to see any down here in Florida, unfortunately. Can I check Wisconsin? I could do that. Yeah, Wisconsin. There is a little bit of snow. Okay, so most of Wisconsin is in the threat for maybe a little bit of snow. Not a whole lot. You said for where? for Dane County. Don't know where Dane County is at. It'd take me a little bit to look it up, but you can probably see where you're at on the map here. But most of the state's not even going to get up to an inch overall. I mean, you can see this, how literally there's only like one place south of Milwaukee that has the probability of getting up to an inch. Meanwhile, while most of the state is going to remain in a few tenths of an inch. So basically a trace, really not a lot. Let's see here. Family's here, gotta go. Have a good Thanksgiving. You too, Court. I'll talk to you later. Let's see. Eric says, we appreciate you. You're very welcome, Eric. Thank you. But, yeah, like I said, y'all got any questions? Let me know. We'll be here for you. I want to make sure you guys are aware of the situation. A lot of people don't even know there's a snowstorm coming. And like I said, it's going to be pretty hefty. Pretty hefty out there by, Kansas and Nebraska. It looks like you guys are going to get a pretty good storm, it looks like. First one of the year for you guys, and it's actually looking to be a pretty good one. Pretty good one. Let's see here. Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah. Let's see here. Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, once again, a lot of you guys out there, unfortunately, is not going to see much. Madison, Wisconsin, I'd say maybe a ½ inch to an inch could be possible. Really not a lot expected. But unless you live out there in those upper elevations, I mean, look at this. Some upper elevations could see up to like 2 feet of snow in southwestern Colorado. And then you got like Kansas here, which is like 6 to 7 inches in some areas. I mean, it's a good amount, a really hefty amount of snow. So that is something to really take into consideration. I'm gonna do another live stream, like I said, tonight. And I will dive really far into, the models and stuff like that. Speaking of models, let's actually go ahead and hop back over to those. But yeah, no, it's just a good amount, pretty good amount of snow incoming for a lot of you guys. And, like I said, it's going to work its way through the Central Plains, through the Midwest. You can see up there towards, like Iowa, Missouri, go through like Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, and portions of the Northeast, and really a lot of lake effect snow on that backside overall. Let's see, snow now isn't going to help for the snow days. It's Thanksgiving break, so wait till after Thanksgiving. Yeah, for real. For sure. I mean, a lot of days now, I think they do virtual days, though, don't they? So that's what's unfortunate. But yeah, this whole storm system's really gonna hit pretty hard. I do want to see the winds, actually. It might get a little windy, I'm sure, from this event. Yeah, it looks like it could get a little windy. See those kind of darker blue areas? Could be getting up maybe 20, 30 mile per hour wind gusts. So that could be something to watch out. Nothing extremely crazy, don't get me wrong, but it could get a little gusty out there. With that low pressure system rolling through. You got some pretty... the pressure rapidly changes. You can see it rapidly increases the further west you go. But yeah, Legacy, the snow right now, though, is not really good for Thanksgiving. Not to mention traveling. There's probably a lot of people that are coming down to Kansas for a couple days. A lot of people travel. They usually travel pretty far. And if they're traveling to like Kansas and Oklahoma and stuff like that, especially the central western side, that's not going to be very good for them. It's really not going to be very good for them at all, considering, there's going to be probably a good amount of snow falling, which, obviously, makes those road conditions terrible. Let's see. It's my first time here in Wisconsin. I'm not really familiar with the snow here. What time it starts. So it'll happen. Like I said, it probably will happen here. Let's see. We're going to change things up a minute. So let's see. So out there towards your location, let's see. I don't think that model goes out that far. Try this one. Here we go. So Wisconsin, probably going to start getting your snow here for the afternoon of the 26th. Should be out by the morning of the 27th. That is the timing for you. Let's move back out west here for a minute, though, because I want to show you guys something. Let's see here. Do that, and we'll do radar and satellite. Boom. Look at that. So there's your future future satellite and radar there. You can see. Wow. According to like the NAM 3K, it does show maybe a little bit of ice too being a problem. You know what? Let's actually look at that real quickly. We're gonna hop back to this view here. And I'm going to pull up the ice accumulation. Interesting. So it does show a little bit of ice out there. Maybe by like, Helena, Oklahoma, according maybe a little bit of snow, a little bit of ice accumulation towards Anthony, Wellington, Fairview. Doesn't really look like much, and it's pretty isolated. See, I feel like 3 times since October 31st it always melted before the day ends. Yeah, that's typically how it is. And, this stuff that's going to fall probably won't last too long, honestly. Yeah, probably won't last too long. I mean, all that snow that's coming out there more than likely won't last too long. You're good. You're fine, minions. Don't be so harsh on yourself. But yeah, no, they haven't got any snow this year at all yet. Let's see here. We're going to go back to observations. Oh, speaking of, we do have a lot of winter storm warnings now in effect for western Nebraska. Look at this. Western Nebraska. All of this pink here, those are all winter storm warnings, meaning winter storm conditions is expected, so prepare for winter storm conditions. And we have, this area here. This is, like that shade of blue right there. Those are winter storm watches, meaning that winter storm conditions are possible, typically, a couple days away. Typically within the next day and a half, there's a possibility of winter conditions. And of course, this shade of blue here, these are winter weather advisories telling you that, some impacts regarding winter weather is expected in the short duration. So typically the day of or the day after, the day after, or the day of or the next day, typically is when you expect winter weather if you have a winter weather advisory overall. But yeah, no, those will more than certainly probably dive down to the south here. They more than certainly will probably dive more down to the south here. Let's see here. Let's see. I just had my Thanksgiving meal. Nice. Let's see. Ads. Yeah. I don't know what's up with YouTube on that. I literally turned them to be low to not disrupt. But yeah, YouTube's YouTube. Let's see here. The best YouTuber. Oh, thank you, minions. Very sweet of you. But anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on there. Let's see here. There's no flooding. This is what I want. Wow, look at that. So the temperatures. So for next week, rolling into the week after, look at this. A lot of the east is really cold, actually. A lot of the central and eastern country is supposed to be a lot cooler than normal here. Let's see here. And across the west, a little bit warmer. Yeah, you typically don't see that very much. Precipitation-wise, wow, very dry across the Ohio Valley. The southern country, this is classic El Nino right here. Classic. Subtropical jet going over the south like we were talking about. Like I said, classic subtropical jet going over the south, and then you got yourself, overall, a lot of drier conditions across the north. I mean, you get the polar jet, but it's relatively dry. That's classic, man. That's a classic El Nino movement right there. Let's see, day 8 to 14, temperatures, wow. So it's going to really be shifting. It looks like, portions up there in the north is going to be heating up. For the days 8 to 14, so 8 days from now to 14 days from now, it's going to be relatively warmer, probably due to some ridging, I'd say. So probably a lot of ridging, and it could be a little cooler because maybe there's going to be a little bit of troughing out there towards the east. Could be more storms out there by the mid-Atlantic northeast potentially. Yeah, also the precipitation shows that as well. A bit more rainfall and stuff like that out by out by the southern and western. Yeah, really this side, really all that's above average. Interesting. Let's see here. My favorite because you take time to answer questions. I definitely try to answer as many questions as possible because the ultimate goal here is to make sure you guys are safe and aware of the situation, of any situation going on here. Like I said, for example, this time there's that big snowstorm we're seeing here coming through. Obviously, there's a couple people that probably don't know. A lot of people that probably don't know about this system, and that's what I'm here for. So let you all know. Let's see here. El Nino gonna stop it from snowing in Ohio the whole winter. I wouldn't say the whole winter. You will more than likely see some snowstorms for sure. But more than average, no. You're probably gonna see less storms than average. Meanwhile, down towards the south, out there by like probably the southeast and the mid-Atlantic, northeast, really these regions here. Really those regions there. Maybe a little bit further to the south, actually. I'd say probably more like this. Hold on. Probably more like this. Makes more sense. We'll probably see more snow this year because like I said, we get ourselves a subtropical jet. Works in a lot of moisture across the south. So it brings in a lot of moisture, and you guys got the polar jet stream or the Arctic jet stream, which is bringing down dry but cold air, somewhat cold air. See, 54 degrees right now. Legacy right here in Florida, it's like 68 right now. Pretty sure, something like that. It's actually pretty nice out today. Let's see here, 70 right now. Which, I'm not complaining. Sunny and 70 out there right now for me. It's not too bad. A lot of you guys, it's actually pretty nice today. A lot of y'all. But like I said, right now we have that, down south storm here. Let's see here. We're going to turn those off for a second. Oh, didn't mean to do all that. Yeah, the current radar there you can see, though. We got ourselves a bit of rain popping through. It's really those regions that, it's going to probably see a bit of precipitation. Also, of course, the north or the Rockies out there is going to be getting that. But, regarding most rain, it's going to be happening down here for a little bit. So, like southern Texas, like Houston and San Antonio, and moving into Louisiana, Mississippi, you guys are getting a bit of rain. Let's see here. El Nino in this winter, yes. Yep, that's the expected oscillation pattern. Let's see. Is it for sure going to be warm during the El Nino for the Midwest? More than likely, yes. Yes, more than likely. Let's see, lows in the mid-20s Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, that's a little cold. Just a little bit. Little bit chilly. Let me actually show you guys this. Speaking regarding temperatures, we're going to hop y'all back over here. So when it comes to the forecast regarding temperatures here, so basically here for, as you can see, so temperatures here for today, max temperatures, in these regions here, that's where your freezing line is. So those areas up there are going to see basically nothing higher than freezing temperatures. So that's unfortunate for those regions. Really cold out there towards like Wyoming. It's really cold. Yeah, northeast here, a couple areas up there towards the northern side, probably will be mostly below freezing all day. Down south, though, on the other hand, yeah, it's actually pretty nice. 50s and 60s plus, 50s plus down here. Let's see, across the west out there, as well, 60s plus. And of course, we have like that really thin, that narrow stretch between the 30s and 40s out there, across, the Central Plains by like northern Oklahoma, portions there of, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. Those are going to be like there in, like the 30s and 40s mostly. Now, like I said, once you get into these regions there, it's like 50s, upper 50s plus, basically. Anyways, yet another year and hardly any snow in Cincinnati. I'm seeing around Christmas. Yeah, probably. Yeah, more than likely, it probably won't be too snowy out there, but we'll see. Let's see. Is the warmth of El Nino going to be like 70 and 80 degrees or just above average? I don't think it'll be that warm, honestly. Definitely not that warm for sure. But it'll be slightly above average, meaning, probably 40s, 50s, I'd say, during some of those days. But we'll see. I mean, of course you're going to get some cold spells. El Nino, obviously El Nino, yeah, changes the average amount that you would have, but it does not completely remove any snowstorms heading towards you. Because, weather patterns change pretty frequently. You could have, weather patterns changing. They change like every week for the most part. Sometimes you have a week full of storms, sometimes you have a week full of nothing, which we've been experiencing. We had a week full of nothing last week, and this week we've had a week full of storms, and stuff like that. And, it does that. It does that all throughout the year. I mean, sometimes you're going to get it, and sometimes you're not. But, yeah. So, we'll see. I mean, of course, like I said, it's not, for sure. I mean, we're going to get some snow across these regions. I mean, it's for sure. It's mostly going to happen. But we're going to see probably a little bit more snow down towards the south, towards those southern Gulf states. I mean, there could be a bit of snow this year for some of you guys. I think I do think it's a possibility. So, could be good news for y'all, especially if you love snow down there. Regardless, it is going to be well above average precipitation-wise. It's going to be pretty above average down here and pretty below average up here. I think here soon I'm going to work on a second winter forecast and, get that out for you guys. I think I'm going to go more in depth of, like, the El Nino pattern. I think I'm going to talk more about what that means and, pretty much more of what it does, essentially. So I'll basically mention how it, brings a lot of precipitation towards the south and, keeps it dry up north and stuff like that. I'll mention that. But yeah, expect that here soon. I'll probably work on that in the next week or so. I'll have to put that on my agenda to work on it. But anyways, guys, I don't want to take up too much of your Thanksgiving. Obviously, I know a lot of you guys have family over and stuff like that. So, if y'all have any final questions before we roll off here, this afternoon, throw it down in the chat, y'all. Like I said, I'm here for you guys. And tonight, I'm going to do another live stream, once again, right around 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. So I'll be live at that time, you guys, to give you guys some updates regarding, winter weather. I'll mostly be talking about that winter storm, and I'll be doing more personal forecasts for you guys. Whenever it comes to winter time, I do those winter forecasts here, regarding zip code forecasts a lot more frequently during the winter time because I can, give you an estimate of how much snow you can expect across those areas. So I will be doing that later on. So I will hope to see you guys then. But anyways, y'all, any questions? Final call. If anybody has anything they want to talk about, anything like that, let me know. If not, then we'll probably call it a stream here. But I just wanted to say thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you all for being amazing, as always. We love you guys. And, obviously, thank you for sticking around this Weather Channel. Like I said, it's amazing. We love every single one of you guys. Seriously, you guys are the best. And that is one thing I am thankful for, is you guys. I am very thankful for this amazing community. I'm thankful for every single one of you guys to be joining here. It's an honor to be here for you guys. And to be forecasting the weather and everything like that for you. Like I said, we love you. I want to make sure that you guys are safe and prepared. Nothing more. And, I will do whatever it takes in order to do that. Let's see here. See you later, minions. Saying see you later. All right, well, I'll see you later on. But, all right, you guys. Well, thank you all for joining. Hope you guys have a lot of food for Thanksgiving. Hope you all have a great time spending time with your families. And everything like that. And overall, hope you guys have a great, great day. All right, well, that's going to go ahead and do it for this live stream. We're going to go ahead and head over here to the ending screen. The stream is going to head off here in 2 minutes, as usual. So go ahead and say your final goodbyes to your friends, your family, and whoever you're hanging out with here in the chat. Go ahead and say your final goodbyes. And all right, guys, well, we'll catch you guys later on this evening. Once again, right around 8 o'clock. And I hope to see you guys then. All right, guys, we love y'all. Be safe out there and have fun. See you later, guys.